I could sit down with almost any basketball player who's played for an extended period of time and ask them questions about basketball, and they'll give me legitimate answers. Can they go out and do it? That may not be the case.
You can't out-athlete the game at a high level. And you can't do it for a long time. If you can, it's not sustainable.
You can have all the exposure in the world, but if the game don't pick you, the game don't pick you.
Looking for unbiased sports content? Well, look no further. Welcome to Just Logic Sports with James Lomax. All right, welcome back. Just Logic episode 18. I'm your host, James Lomax, but I'm sure you knew that already. And we got a good episode today, man. This brother of mine that I got on, real good brother, man. Just a genuine dude every time I talk to him. Not to mention that he's extremely talented and extremely skilled. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this opportunity for a little bit, so we're going to get a chance to really chop it up. I apologize for not posting the last few weeks. It's been busy. It's been hectic at work, but we back on that weekly grind. But without further ado, I do want to introduce my man, my boy, that man Duffel, also known as Brice Butler. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's good to be on here, man. I want everybody to know who's listening, like, I invited myself on this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I found out James was doing this, and I was like, bro, like, how you gonna have a sports podcast and not hit your boy up? Like, come on. So I'm glad to be here. A little bit about me. I played in the NFL for 6 seasons. Started with the Raiders, Cowboys, and then ended with the Miami Dolphins from Atlanta, Georgia. Graduated from Southern Cal. Now I'm done playing ball. Body aching a little bit, so we done with that. And now we're in like you could say influencer space, with golf and other things are coming, but right now it's heavy in the golf and just trying to make my way, man.
That's dope, man. Yeah. So you had mentioned, obviously, you being a pro receiver for 6 years, and obviously, we want to talk about that a little bit, but I do also want to dive into the golf aspect as well. Considering that, at least from what I've been watching, now mind you, I'm not a golfer, but I do follow the sport heavy. From what I've seen, especially on your YouTube channel, like, you're not out there just hitting balls, bro. You actually know what you're doing. So I do want to chop it up with you on there.
Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm doing, and sometimes it's like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And I mean, especially like, I think the last one I watched, you was with Rocco Median. I mean, you were a legend. So.
Oh yeah.
Of course, you're gonna get tips from somebody like Rocco, but that was crazy.
That was
man.
fun. That was fun. I typically play better against better golfers. So Rocco, I was hitting it good, and then I think I don't know what came immediately after that, but I know I have a Charles Woodson video that I posted a couple.
I think it was the Andre Roberts one, and then the Charles was after that.
Yeah, so I got those last two, and I wasn't really playing great golf. I mean, Andre is a good stick, but his game isn't where it was at last year. His game was at peak. Yeah. But right now it's like and then Charles just kind of started playing, so like I kind of played down to my level, kind of.
Yeah. I got you. The thing that you're not supposed to do, you did.
Exactly. With golf, yeah. Like I can't control it. It's funny.
I feel you. How long you been golfing?
So I started playing golf and officially, like, as an adult in 2016. So like as a kid, my dad would play. He wasn't great at it, but he would play, and he would take me out there with him. Mm-hmm. And I had 3 brothers, so it's 4 of us. Excuse me. And I played football, so I liked being outside. I like being on the grass. It didn't bother me if it was hot outside, stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. My brothers didn't, per se. They were all, I like to say, controlled environment sports players, like they were basketball players and stuff like that. So they really didn't like it. I loved it. I mean, I wasn't good at it, but I played it. And then, obviously I'm playing with my dad's club. So when I went to college, didn't play. Fast forward to the pros. And my first couple of years, we were playing like basketball, like in the off season. And then I kind of was like, this is dumb because, just logic. Like, it wasn't logical for me to be playing basketball and risk getting injured. Like, I had plenty of teammates that would go out, twist their ankle, pull a hamstring. And if they weren't like the guy, they might not have been on the team You know what I'm saying? Like for spring, they might have got let go because they missed time. So I basically, my wife hooped. So I was around basketballs a lot.
Yeah.
Going to the gym with her, getting rebounds and trying to play one-on-one. And then obviously somebody in the gym's like, hey, let's play. And then I could play. Like I played, I played at a high level in high school.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, all right, let's do it. But man, like I literally just kind of like, I'm really good at like flipping the switch. Like once I say I'm not going to do it, or once I say I'm going to do it, like I'll do it. And like I literally was just like, I'm going to stop playing basketball. And like since I made that decision in 2014, bro, I probably played a total of 3 pickup games.
Oh, wow.
In like almost 10 years. Like I remember playing, I don't know if you were there, but I remember playing with like the church at one of those basketball rec centers with
I wasn't
Jay
there
at
that
one time. And it was just because I was there and I was thinking they were playing a game and they were like, you want to play? And I was like, all right, whatever. And then me and Dez played a couple pickup games. But other than that, bro, I do not play. Like if I'm at the gym, if I'm at a court, I might shoot, but I do not play. So I literally stopped. And then once I stopped, I was like, I got to figure something else out to do because I was DJing too. So like, I was like, I need to do something competitive. DJing is fun, but it's not competitive. And then, Derek Carr and those guys were playing golf. And then I was like, I want to do it. I traded to Dallas. And then, a lot of those guys were playing golf. And I was like, all right, I'm about to buy clubs. And so ever since then, man, I've been hooked.
Yeah, yeah. And you had mentioned like being able to like turn that switch on and off, whether or not you want to do something. Would you say that kind of helped you in your career as well? Because I think like, especially to make it at that level and to play multiple years, because I'm sure you know the statistic, but the average NFL career is under 3 years. So for you,
like
2 years, right? So for you to be able to play 6 years, and I think at one point at Dallas, you were actually leading the league in yards after catch. And
yards per catch.
Yards per catch, yeah. And so to be able to have some success at that level, I mean, would you say you had to be able to kind of hit that switch and just put it straight to grind mode? You think that helped you in your career?
Yeah. As a young kid, my dad played in the NFL, so I always wanted to do what he did, right? I always wanted to outplay him. He played 12 seasons.
Yeah.
I wanted to play 13. He was a first round pick. I wanted to get drafted higher. Now, obviously, both of those things didn't happen, but that was the goals I had set. So I remember, man, like I tirelessly like worked at football, man. Like I was so locked in that I even had like in high school a group of guys, like a gang per se. And I called it the D1 boys because I was like, whoever's in this clique, we're gonna work hard because we go in Division I. Like if you ain't about that life, like you can't be in the D1 clique. Like that's what it is. And it's funny, like we even had nicknames. Like there's like Sports Center, like ESPN, like you know what I'm saying? Like how like we were doing stuff like that. And so like it was great for me because guys are getting to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, when you're a teenager. And what kept me going was the fact that I was like, I'm not going to do nothing that messes up my chances to making it, out of here. I'm like, I ain't trying to be under this strict discipline that my parents got me on, like my whole, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get out. So, man, I wish that stuck. Like, I mean, obviously a lot of it stuck with me because I played 6 years. I was a 7th round pick and I played for a long time, but like once I got older, like maybe my fifth year, like I kind of started getting tired of like the politics. And then so from, it used to be like laser sharp focus. Like I'm going to get to this point. Like I know I'm going to get to the success.
Yeah.
Then like my mind started like looking at it like I'm getting older. If it don't hit at this point, like, there's not too many 8th year receivers in the league that catching 20 balls a year and not playing special teams and like still playing. That don't happen unless like dude was a first rounder and like his first 4 years he was killing and then he got hurt and he just couldn't bounce back and teams just think he can.
Yeah.
But like in my situation, it was like, nah. So like once I got to like 27, it was just something that it was almost like it flipped in the worst way, in the negative way. Like it was just like, man, I'm getting tired of this. Like, they're hating on me. I'm always producing. I'm producing when like I'm supposed to. So like in spring, I'm killing. Training camp, I'm killing. And then like they're telling me like I have to outperform these people to get this spot. And then like I would do it and not get what they told me. So like over time, like, you know how it is, man. Like what's the proverb? Basically saying like, if you work towards something and you basically get shut down, like it makes the heart sick. You know what I'm saying? And it just so like that happened way too many times. And then I don't know, it just something clicked in me, and it was just like, in word, I'm tired of this. like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of doing this, man.
Yeah.
And then you know, and then it was funny thing is, it's true. Like the little foxes can really mess with you, because like I started finding myself being in conversations with like older guys or guys in my same situation, and we would talk about it a lot. And then it festers, and then you're like, you'll go to practice and something happens, and you go, man, I ain't doing that. Because like, you know what I'm saying? So it's bad. Like I shouldn't have been that way. But like to say how the question you asked was like, was it like a flip switch? Yes, I had it for a long time. And then when I got to, you know, maybe 27, 28, then it flipped in the negative way. And then it was just like, So and that was it for me. And I try to tell, you know, talk to younger guys all the time now. And I'm like, keep at it, man. Because you'd rather be miserable in the fact that like, oh, I'm not getting this ball, or like I'm not catching balls, or I'm not getting PT, than like being like, I'm not playing ball anymore. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, like, I'd rather be a little upset that that's happening than like being on the outside, like, dang.
Yeah.
I wish my mind wasn't like that, you know? So.
Yeah, 100%. The whole like adage of if I knew then what I know now type of deal. Yeah.
Hindsight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hindsight. Indeed, 2020. Indeed, man. Well, speaking of the NFL, I'm sure you've been keeping up with some of the stuff that's been going on. Most recent thing, of course, being Deebo Samuel wanting out of San Fran. Ain't that crazy, bro?
Now, question. I saw that.
Yeah.
Is what's the quarterback's name?
Jimmy G?
Is Jimmy G out? Is he done there?
I don't think so. No,
because
he's still there.
You know, there's two things that came up in my mind, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy G is probably gone. Or he knows that maybe Jimmy G is about to be gone, right? Like, you know, because they talk, you know, we talk.
Yeah.
And or he tried to get an extension or something like that, and they weren't trying to pay him.
Yeah. It's funny though. Yeah, it's funny though, because it's like, at least from what I've been seeing, it hasn't been about the money. So my mind immediately went to either player personnel or something. Somebody did something or said something, and he was like, I don't want no parts of it. So I don't know if Jimmy G is out, but I mean, the last thing I saw on Jimmy G was that he was getting ready for training camp as if he's still expected to start for San Fran. So I don't know. It could be a plethora of things, but
because like to me, like it has to be about the quarterback situation, because and he must know, like, obviously he's there, he's practicing every day, he's seen the young guy, so he might be like y'all talking about Jimmy G, but this guy ain't Trevor. Is it Trevor? Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, yeah.
Trey Lance might not be the one. Just like I've heard, I ain't gonna say who told me, but just like I heard up there in Green Bay, like that young boy that they have behind
Jordan Love.
He ain't like that. So it wasn't surprising to me. Like I had a little bit inside scoop, but it wasn't surprising to me that Devontae got up out of there. So
I feel you.
I
definitely get it, especially considering we didn't know what Aaron Rodgers was going to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely get that.
He's not playing for more than 3 more years.
Yeah, definitely.
And Devontae, unless barring injury, he's going to play 5 more years. Like, easy, right? Like, so if I'm Devontae, I'm like, Aaron, you my guy. We've been great. We broke records. We've killed it. But I'm around you almost all the time. I know you're not going to be out here. I'm sure because I know like me and Derek are real close. So I've known that him and Devontae trained every offseason together. I know that they used to live next to each other in the Bay. I knew that they've always been saying we're going to play together at some point. Yeah. Right. So, and I'm sure Aaron knew that. Like Aaron is 39, something like that.
30, I think 36, 37, something like that.
Yeah. So like, dog, like those conversations are being had. Like, bro, like you probably done. I know you ain't gonna be out here for 2-3 more years. We should have won the Super Bowl a few times, so we probably ain't gonna.
A few times.
Yeah, so we probably ain't gonna do it.
Like first round exits.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be up here while you on Jeopardy. Yeah. Or what's the show? Yeah, is it Jeopardy that he's trying to do?
I think it is. Yeah.
Like you ain't finna be on Jeopardy while I'm like up here struggling with Jordan Love. Like I'm gonna get out, Yeah. Obviously, Aaron wasn't tripping because he knew. I know he knew. Yeah. Like he knew,
Yeah, and I feel like there was a consensus even before Aaron decided to resign. Like even before the offseason, actually, that more than likely Devontae was gonna move. Like it's just a bunch of buzz around it. And then who better than Derek Carr, somebody he's trained with, who I think is probably one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated quarterback in the game. So,
and what a lot of people don't know, they went to Fresno State together and broke records there. I played against them, and those boys was balling. I remember being like, I knew who Derek was. Yeah, but I remember being like, who is this dude? No, I think he wore 15 in college. Okay. I think you were 15, and I remember just being like, "Who is that guy? Like, he's killing us!" Like, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that was gonna happen. So it's gonna be fun to see. Like, I told everybody this offseason, I'm not a Cowboys fan this year. I'm a Raiders guy.
I don't blame you.
I'm a Raiders fan this year. Like, I always follow all the teams I play for, but like, I'm gung ho Raiders this year, dog. Yeah. You see, this is not Raiders jersey, but you see,
but I see it. I see it.
I ain't playing this year because I expect them to do good work. And
they in a tough division though.
Tough division. But I think the powers are going to be shifted, man. Like once the Chiefs got rid of Tyreek, I'm telling you, man. Like they got a lot of playmakers there, but you don't understand like how important unless. One of those young boys that they got, the boy from UGA, they got another fast guy there. Unless one of those guys like end up basically just ascending into that role and like you can count on them to make play after play after play, that deep threat, like their offense is not going to be the same.
Yeah. What do you think Juju's going to do for him?
Juju's just going to be a consistent possession receiver. They don't. Outside of Travis, and I don't really consider Tyreek a possession guy because if you look at the catches that he makes, they're either deep down the field, right?
100%,
or they're like screens, like behind the ball, like behind the line of scrimmage type catches that he's getting loose, and occasionally, he catches dig and take off, or he'll catch his curl, make a guy miss, take off. Juju's just going to be, between the hash marks, between the numbers, like Travis Kelce. Travis on this side, Juju's on this side, tough grabs, move the chains guy. Yeah. He's not really. He could get back to kind of like AB Steelers form, with with the amount of players that are around him. Yeah. But like the world that he lived in when he was like taking dudes up top for go routes, like for 80 yards, I think that's over.
Yeah, especially considering like when he was with AB, he was the number 2, so the pressure wasn't on him, right? So AB can stretch the field in multiple ways. So obviously you're going to get a little bit more loose coverage, being the number 2 guy. But the way that it looks like it's set up right now for Kansas City, he's going to be their number 1 guy. I mean, they did get Valdez Scantling, which is a guy that can, take the top off. But You know what I'm saying? So like I'm curious to see how that dynamic is gonna work, because it's almost like it's flipped. Whereas he was the guy stretching the field and AB was the guy that was, killing them on the entire route tree.
Everything, yeah, right.
It's gonna be flipped now. He's gonna have to be that guy killing them on the route tree, and then Valdez-Scantlin's gonna be the one that they utilize to take the top off. So I'm curious to see how that flows.
Yeah, Valdez-Scantlin is a beast, big body. He's like 6'4", 6'5", and he can run. So yeah, you're right. I think he'll be the guy taking off the top. Like kind of like how Tyreek did. Obviously, he's not as fast as Tyreek, but he's still fast. And then
ain't nobody fast as Tyreek.
but I don't think he'll be the number one. Like, even though he might be the starting receiver, Travis Kelce's the number one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Travis is catching like 120.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Travis is a dog, bro. I remember the first time I played against him, just being like, it's funny. Every time you see a white guy on tape or on the field, you always think he's light skinned. So like, you always go like, who's that light skinned tight end? Like, he's nice. Like, who is that? So I remember we played against it was back in like, I think 14, and being like, is that dude white? Like, he nice. Like, the way he doing, like, he juking cats, like getting up with the swag. Yeah. I'm like, who is this dude? And then, obviously he's I mean, if he's not the best tight end in the league, he's definitely the second best. I don't know who you're really
I got him as number one. I think for a while it was him and Kittle kind of going back and forth.
Kittle been getting hurt.
Yeah, his health has been an issue, and then they use Kittle more so as like that traditional. I mean, obviously he getting all the receptions, but he's not afraid to block either. Not that Travis is afraid to block, but Travis
they don't use him like that.
Yeah, and then they have to. But I think the thing that's crazy is people don't realize like Travis is he's a pretty big dude. Like he's not a small dude. Like I remember I had a conversation with somebody and they were comparing like Travis Kelce to Gronk, and they were like, oh, Gronk can't do this and that. I was like, dude, Gronk is only like 5 pounds heavier than Kelce. It's not night and day, especially now. Now Gronk in New England, different animal, but Gronk now, I was like, Travis Kelce's literally 5 pounds lighter than this guy. Like they same height, literally same weight. He's just quicker, shiftier. You almost forget because of how shifty he is and how easy he gets open. It's like, bro, that's a big dude, bro.
Yeah, I think Rob is taller than him.
Yeah, he's tall.
Rob like 6'7".
Yeah, he's 6'7". Yeah,
he's tall. Like he's tall. But yeah, Travis is big. Like Travis is like 6'5", I think.
Yeah,
and he's big. Like he's not. Small. Yeah, he's nice. Travis is nice.
Yeah, he is.
He's
indeed.
For sure nice.
Indeed. Well, I definitely don't want to hold you up too much. I do got one more question I want to ask.
No, come on, let's roll.
All right, let's do it. All right, so right now, who you got? Top 3. I'm gonna do top 3. Top 3 receivers in the game. Who you got?
In the game or from last year?
Ooh, in the game. In the game. It is a different question. Let's go in the game. Yeah.
Okay. Guys that I know that next year can go out and perform. Let's go that way. Because there's like obviously Julio Jones is still there, but he's not physically. I'm not gonna say capable, but he hasn't been available. So like I can't say Julio.
And surprisingly, he's still a free agent.
Yeah. So yeah, because he has a lot of injuries. I mean, he went to Tennessee and he barely played, right? Yeah,
for real.
Okay,
for real.
So and I got nothing but respect for Julio, man. Like we came out of high school the same class. Like I've always been like he's always been the guy that I've been like, all right. So
for sure.
Right now, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, easy 1, 2, 1, 2, whatever. Okay. 1A, 1B. Ooh. Like not third best, but like who would I put in that dog category? Hold on. So
I'm curious about this number 3 because we agree on 1 and 2. I'm curious about this number 3.
Yeah, so AFC East is New England, Miami. Tyreek Hill is not top 3 to me, but obviously he's knocking on the door. We got the NFC East. Let me.
It's tough. It's tough, bro.
It is because it's not Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp nice, but he's not top 3 to me.
Why?
Okay, when I look at when I look at receivers, I look at, can they win one-on-one matchups by themselves without the offense setting it up for them? Play after play after play. Can they do that? Or, now, this is not to knock them.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah.
If the offense is set up in which they're putting that guy in positions in which, like, I'm stacking this guy, then we're going to do a rub, and then on top of the rub, you have an option route, and we're confusing people. To me, that's not you telling me, like, I'm mano y mano better than you. Like,
interesting. Okay.
I've always been a big advocate on being able to get open.
Yeah.
So that means routes, you could be sloppy or whatever. Or if you can't get open, can you make that grab? Right? Larry Fitzgerald wasn't a big I'm getting open guy, but his open was a half a step.
Oh yeah. He didn't need much.
Or even a hand. Like, your hand could be right here. As long as he right here, the ball's getting caught, right? So
one of my favorite receivers all time right there.
I'm probably going to go with Stephon Diggs, dog.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs cold, bro. Like, I think, and then he's going to I think he's going to consistently year after year do well. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other guys that could, like, I think AJ Brown's a monster. I think Deebo Samuel's a monster. He does more than just play receiver, but he's a monster. Like, I remember when the Cowboys played them in the playoffs. Before the game, I was like, I don't know if we can stop Deebo. And if we can't stop Deebo, I don't think we can win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking at it from, like, a matchup perspective. I was like, they can put him anywhere, and he's going to succeed. Who else is out there? I mean, Justin Jefferson's cold. I mean, he's balling. But you have to remember, he has Adam Thielen. So
he
has
does.
He has a guy on the other side.
Yes, he does.
Like, Jamar Chase, until Jamar Chase got to Cincinnati, I think T. Higgins was, like, very average.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then once Jamar Chase got there, now T. Higgins, ain't getting the best corner. Like, now, and now he's working the second guy, the third guy, because Todd Boyd stood. So, Jamar Chase is nasty. Amari Cooper's good. He's really good. My only issue from the outside looking in is, like, there's two things. It seems like it seems like he has, like, festering injuries that he can't get over. So, like, later in the season, it starts to haunt him. And then if he doesn't get the ball early, it just seems like he seems mentally checked out. I could be incorrect, but from outside looking in, he seems mentally checked out. Keenan Allen's a dog. Like, he's a
lot of them. Yeah, it's a lot of them.
There's so many receivers, dog. It's hard, bro.
Man, you got me really, like, you literally changed my whole perspective about Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, bro.
Legit. Legit.
Look, that whole offense was centered around Cooper Kupp, bro. Like, I was talking to like Robert and all those guys, like, because when Robert got traded to Tennessee, we went to college together. So I'm like, why would they get rid of Robert? Like, Robert, one of their captains, like, Yeah. But then, like, talking to him, he was like, man, like, I'll get plays called for me. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, you caught 70 balls a year. Like, what you mean? Everything was set up for him. So, like, it was like if he didn't get open or it wasn't the right look, then I would get the ball. It wasn't like I'm coming out the huddle like, all right, this is my play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everything's set up for him for rubs. Like, watch his tape. Like, it's
and I see plays, like, as you were talking about it, I see plays even in the Super Bowl. I see plays in my mind now. I'm saying you're absolutely correct. Like, I guess I just never really thought about it like that because he's genuinely open. Like, usually when they showing him, he's open. But I mean, if they run in plays and picks and deceptive moves and stuff like that, just for him to get open, I definitely
I mean, but the great thing for him is he has a great a great coach, Sean McVay. He's a smart guy. He knows how to get guys open. Like you saw the difference between, Dallas with Scott Linehan and Dallas with why can I think about
Kellen Moore?
Kellen Moore. Why did that just blank on me like that? Like you see the difference. It's all about just like who's behind the helm, making calls and doing things, and who can get guys, readily available and get the best matchup for them, And I would love to have played for an offensive coordinator like that. I never did. I always played for an offensive coordinator that was, this is the game plan. This is what we do. Like we might just move people around in different spots, but that's it. Like, I wish I put, but the thing about the league is right place, right time, dog.
Yeah.
If I always like, not to say the guys aren't good, but if Cooper Kupp was with Dallas when we had Linehan, like, would he be Cooper Kupp? Would he be the same guy? Like, would he have caught 70 balls his first year? Like, you have to think about stuff like that. Like, that's why DeAndre, to me, now Devontae, I think he's going to prove it this year, but he hasn't done it yet. But you look at a guy like D-Hop, he got to be your top receiver. It don't matter. It don't matter who his quarterback is, James. He's catching 80 to 100 balls, and he's putting up numbers. It doesn't matter, So that's how I look at it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, you definitely opened my eyes on that one, my brother.
Yeah, man, you got to look who's winning them one-on-one matchups, man. Like,
and we definitely agreed on the top two for sure, though. I mean, like every single piece of tape on Devontae just screams, no one can stop me. No one can stay in front of me. My footwork's it's elite. My footwork's elite. I have speed. I have great hands. My separation, my release is great. Everything, like, he has no flaws. Him and D-Hop, to me, they have no flaws. Yeah, nice. So those are easy ones and twos. I remember I saw a video.
Who would you put for 3?
Oh man!
It sounds like it was.
You destroyed my number 3, man. That's tough, bro. I think you could squeeze Keenan Allen in there. I think you could squeeze. Ooh, man, that's tough. I think you could squeeze Debo in there. I think you could squeeze Debo in that number 3. Debo's a caveat there because he does everything, but him as a receiver, he's still solid. At least from what I've seen, like he doesn't have a flaw either. Like he has.
What do you think about Odell?
Man, if injuries didn't take it from him, he'd be top 3.
Yeah, Odell's still like that.
He's still cold, bro. Like, I mean, you look at last year, and thank you for mentioning. I almost forgot Odell, but unfortunately, it's like, what have you done for me lately? You know. But Odell is, man.
Odell kill, man.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he's a prime example of the situation you're in.
Yeah.
And obviously, when he was in New York, he was killing.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Cleveland and really didn't do anything. Like, I mean, he did, right? Like, obviously, I wish I could have had like that 1,000-yard season that he had. But like what he was doing in New York, he wasn't doing in Cleveland. Right?
Yeah, he wasn't.
Everybody's like, "Oh, he's done." And I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's up there in a bad situation. Like, Jarvis Landry ain't catching balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's catching balls. Like, it's not, you can't just blame him. Like, just because Baker took them to the playoffs and they did well when Odell got hurt the year prior does not mean that Odell was the problem there, right?
Yeah.
It could mean that the quarterback just didn't know how to deal with having all those great players on the field. In his mind, he thought Odell was the best, so he tried to force feed him, right? Yeah. Bro, then the dude goes to LA and he is balling.
Yeah.
Like balling, dude. Like, and then like he started heating up towards the end of the year. Like, and I honestly truly believe if Odell didn't get hurt, he was probably gonna win MVP.
Yeah, he was on pace. Bro,
because they were trying to Cooper Kupp. Like Cooper Kupp really didn't do much until the end of the game. And he had that drive and he basically caught every pass, right?
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, Odell was finna go to work. Like I don't think Cheeto and the boy I don't like, Eli Apple, I don't think they had nothing for Odell that game.
Yeah, no, they definitely didn't.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't.
Odell, hopefully Odell can
bounce back. Who you think gonna pick him up?
It would be nice to see him go back to Cleveland, actually.
That would be crazy, right?
With Deshaun Watson. Like, it would be so crazy if Cleveland ends up signing Odell and Jarvis Landry back. With Deshaun Watson? Oh, my God, dog.
Yeah, that would be...
that would be...
Talk about must-see TV right there.
That would... Yeah, if they can make that work... Because at this point, Odell is going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So like, he's already made money. With the gambling contracts, you know, we got third depth chart receivers getting paid $21 million a year, right?
Yeah.
This offseason was crazy. So Odell, in my opinion, Odell shouldn't think about like a lot of money. He's going to get money. He's going to get at least 10 easy.
Yeah.
But he should be like, where can I go catch the most balls, win a championship? You know what I mean? Like he just won one.
Definitely.
And I would hope he'd be like, I'm just hungry for championship, dog. And bro, I think Cleveland on paper right now with that quarterback being there, if there's no more suspension, I hope the NFL doesn't do anything more.
Yeah.
There's because you know they'd be fugazi. But if there's no more suspensions for Deshaun Watson, Cleveland is the best team in the AFC North. Is it the AFC
easy.
North?
I believe so. Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
If they can get Jarvis back and maybe just draft a really good receiver.
Yeah.
You know, but.
Man.
It's gonna be nice, dog. This year is gonna be fun to watch, dog. It's a lot of moving parts. Like,
it is.
Like Miami, they got Tyreek, they got Jalen Waddle. They still got your boy Will Fuller from the Texans. He's still there. He just didn't play last year.
I like Will Fuller, man.
Right. And then, you know, they got some other guys there. I thought Devontae Parker was gonna stay there, but they traded him to New England.
Yeah. That's a good piece for Mac Jones, though. That's a good piece for Mac.
Great piece, because Devontae a baller, and I knew and I understood why the New England Patriots got him. Because if you look at Devontae Parker's stats versus New England, even when they had Stephon Gilmore, like Devontae used to murder them. Like it was like I don't know. It was like Stephon Gilmore just couldn't guard Devontae. Like Devontae just had it. No, you can't stop me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it made sense when he got picked up. I was like, yeah, that makes sense because you've been dogging them out every year, like 2 times a year. You know.
Belichick. Like if you can't beat them, join them.
If you can't beat them, join them, dog. So this year is gonna be. James, man, this year's gonna be crazy, dog. Like I'm really excited to watch football this year.
Oh yeah.
I hope the Cardinals. Well, forget the Cardinals. I hope my boy AJ Green gets picked up soon too.
Yeah. What they signed him, didn't they?
Who?
They re-signed him, right?
The Cardinals did?
Yeah.
Okay, they did. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they did.
They probably did.
1 year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
They gave him a 1 year extension. Yeah.
Good. He balled last year, man.
Yeah,
that's my dog too.
Yeah, he's solid. Yeah, let me just confirm.
They
Yep. Yeah, they
I was
re-signed
mad.
him.
I was mad because me, AJ, Julio, we all came out same class. So I always thought if I thought anybody was like nice or better than me, I always thought AJ was that one. Like I was like, man, AJ nice, dog. Like he's just cold. He's 6'4". He's just smooth, like catch everything. And then he got hurt, and then like everybody wrote him off like he was trash because the first year with Joe Burrow, he didn't really do much. And I'm watching the games like, how do you have AJ Green on your team and you're not feeding this dude?
Bro, for real, dog.
But you know, so it made everybody think that he was done. And I was just like, nah, there's no way AJ is done. Like I just think, you know, that organization was ready to move away from him.
Yeah.
And he came here, and I remember talking to him and being like, bro, like, I think you can go off. Like, because, you know, it's D-Hop, Christian Kirk, they had that young boy. I was like, bro, I think, and he did. He had about 1,000 yards. So I was happy to see him kind of come back. So it'd be good to see him and D-Hop going at it again if Kyler Murray can get right.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, I'm the same, man. I remember that draft class, and I remember like watching the sports science behind AJ Green, and they literally labeled him as the perfect receiver because not only did he have all the tangibles, but he had the intangibles too. And I just remember like seeing him stop on a dime, like just everything, like the perfect route runner. He had he was fast enough, like he had everything that you would want in a receiver. He had it. Yep. So, yeah, I remember that, man. I was like, man, he about to go crazy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he looked like he resurfaced. So,
yeah, definitely. We'll definitely. For sure. Well, man, I know I said 30 minutes, but
I'm long-winded, man.
This was fun. So. This was fun, bro. Sure. Yeah. At the end of the day, we was able to chop it up and we did exactly what I was hoping for. So I really appreciate, you taking the time out, especially on Daddy Daycare Day. To chop it up with your boy, man. I really do appreciate that. Before I let you go, do you want to go ahead and plug your IG? Just let them know where they can find you. Especially for the content that you create, man. Go ahead and let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, if y'all want to follow me, man, on the gram, I'm Brice Butler, Brice_Butler. So BRICE_Butler. It's the same for Twitter, and then my YouTube channel where I have all my like long form content. That's golf related. It's about to change up a little bit, but it's Brice Butler Lifestyle. So follow me on YouTube, follow me on the gram. Let's get it popping.
Already. So it sounds like you got some things in the works.
Yes, sir. We got some pivots. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'll definitely be paying attention. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you stopping by. But that's it, bro. That's all I got. And for those listening, you obviously know where to find me at Just Logic Sports. I'm James Lomax, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.